My name is Brandon Richardson, and I just want to tell you about a wonderful novel that I read called Beneath the Lion's Gaze. This book was written by Maza Mengistu, who was born in the 1970s in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. That is where the book takes place. And during this time, Ethiopia was going through a rough patch, where there was a political warfare that led to a lot of bloodshed and deaths. Now, although that might sound a little bit scary, in the book she explains more of it with a family perspective and shows how a family may go through trials and tribulations, but at the end, it's all for a reason and it's all for God's work. I feel as if this book is very powerful, and any reader, it could be an adult, it could be a teenager, could read this book. The reason why I read it is due to the fact that I have Ethiopian blood in me, and I feel as if that I don't learn much of my history in my school, in my classes. So, when I saw this book in the library, I just caught my eye, I just thought that, hey, maybe I should read this. And at first I wasn't sure due to the fact that it had a lot of pages, but I became sure when I started reading and noticed that it actually interested me. And I read it for a reason. I read it to know more about Ethiopia and know more about my history and probably about what my ancestors went through. Now, this book has a couple of characters. It has Hatu, who is the father, his wife, Salim, and also his two sons, Yanis and Damit. Now, Damit is a very pampered son. His son is pretty much into the war and into the protest thing. He likes to be in the mix instead of ready to protect his family and ready to call on God when he needs to. When Yanis has a wife and a daughter that he needs to protect. So he's ready to call on God when he needs to and feel as if it's in his hands. Hatu, he is a doctor, and he has to help patients who have been hurt in the war or have been approached by violent attacks by the dictators in the war. And this makes him a very big character due to the fact that he plays a big role. And I feel as if the way Mengistu uses these three men just make the book come together as a whole, because they're all not playing one part, but they're all playing separate personalities, and instead play a part where they all put an influence in the book and show you what that time was and how bad it was. This book becomes very explicit though, which makes it great because many writers don't get to the point where they can make explicit books and instead just chop the words up and chop the story up into a bunch of bits. But I feel as if what Mengistu did was she brought the whole thing together and just made the book that taught me more about my history. Now, the reason why I promote this book is due to the fact that it is very inspiring and that it teaches you. And not a lot of books teach you about things that you might have not even known about. And that's what this book personally did for me. So, Beneath the Lion's Gaze is 100% a book that you should get. You. Thank you.